my first time headbanging at a heavy metal gig, but can you guess where I am? Hello, welcome to the Travel Show. This week we're in Botswana, where most people normally come for the safari. But I'm not here for the animals, no. I've come here to find out about something just as wild. That's right, it's the hardcore heavy metal scene that is taking this country by storm. So get your earplugs ready, because this show is going to be seriously loud. But before that, here's what else is coming up. Almost 10 years on from Hurricane Katrina, we ask if tourism is helping or hindering recovery. We head to Argentina to meet one of the country's leading championship polo players. And Carmen's here with her pick of what's trending in the world of travel. Just a few months from now, it'll be 10 years since Hurricane Katrina brought New Orleans to its knees. Since then, most of the city has bounced back. But as we found out, some areas still remain off the official tourist map.
We need somebody to come into the city and help us. We need the National Guard. Mr. Bush, please send somebody down here to help us.
Katrina was devastating to me personally. I've lost family, I lost friends, I lost my home, just like everyone else did in New Orleans. I lost my car.
I'll tell you, the lower Ninth Ward was pretty much wiped out. And imagine, if you can, if you've ever saw a movie, an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called Judgment Day, and it looked like a war zone, like bombs had been dropped. That's basically the lower Ninth Ward.
After a period of time, I was one of the blessed ones, one of the fortunate ones to finally rebuild my home. And when I noticed that the Lower Ninth Ward did not have a grocery store, that's what started the ball rolling, shall I say. It was falling apart. Like behind me, they had a tub that was hanging out of the ceiling. They had big holes in the wall. Half of the roof was gone. These are some of the items that we have. Like we have everything from the Lower Ninth Ward raw honey, 4.5 years to get to where we are today.
Too much fighting on a dance floor.
Notice how streets are still just like they were after the storm. They're in a perfectly disgusting condition.
tourists in the Lower Ninth Ward, it's a two-sided coin. Some people in the Lower Ninth Ward are against it, and the reason why, because they feel that they're getting poked fun at or just looked at, or like they're treated like refugees or from a third world country. The other side of the coin, people are curious. No major city ever had this much devastation to it, so people are curious, they want to see it.
The cross in front of the house means, at the bottom means how many dead people they found. 0. That's good. Absolutely never thought 10 years later we would still be here. And every time I do this tour, I'm flabbergasted. It is still so much to show. I keep asking my drivers, should we change the route? Is there less damage? Could we not show these parts? But no, it's still there. It's still disgusting in so many areas, and there's still so much to show. After Katrina, we could not come on this road for at least 6 months. Many people said, aren't you ashamed of doing these tours, and it's voyeurism and you're making money out of people's misery? They did not understand our goal was to show people what happened, to bear witness to what happened, and in that fashion to get help for people.
Me personally, I welcome the people to come to the Lower Ninth Ward. I want people to come and see it. I want people to come and see my store. I want people to come and see what I had to go through. We need as much attention drawn to this as possible.
The healing hopefully continues in the Big Easy, New Orleans. And if you're thinking of heading there, here's some travel show tips for you. New Orleans is dubbed the festival capital of the world, with dozens of events that celebrate the city's unique food, music, and multicultural heritage all year round. The best time to visit is from February to May, when the weather is comfortably cool and the celebrations are in full swing. If you're not interested in Mardi Gras mania, plan to visit in December or January, when the city is calm and you don't have to worry about making hotel reservations a year in advance. To save on room rates, travel in the summer or autumn. And lastly, there's nothing fat-free about this town, so leave your diet at home. Nearly every restaurant in the city serves up the New Orleans signature dish, which is a po' boy. It's a calorie-packing sandwich filled with fried shrimp, shredded lettuce, tomato, and homemade sauce. Next, our regular look at the faces behind the places. And this week, we meet a championship polo player in Buenos Aires for a glimpse into Argentina's high society.
My name is Ignacio Laprida. I'm 25 years old and I've been playing polo all my life. My father used to play, so I follow his steps. It is kind of expensive to play polo. You need barns, you need horses, horse food, you need a vet, you need grooms. So you need money to play, but at the same time it's like a profession also, so that you can make your living playing polo and also pay for your polo as well. It's a small environment. The people that play polo, everybody knows everybody. Lots of people like to come well dressed because there is the game and there is the outside. It's everything, you know, the whole thing. You go earlier, you come to have lunch. The game finishes, everybody goes to the bar. Lots of people come because of that. This tournament that is in the city, lots of people come to watch polo that don't have any, maybe they don't know anything about polo. They come to watch because it's close by, no? This is like the World Cup of polo, you know, like everybody is waiting for this moment. we got the chance to play it, so that's a big thing for us. You know? The whole thing is amazing. Come to Palermo, get in the field and watch the whole stand full of people. You see flags everywhere. It gets you, you know? It's like a big thing.
Now it's time to see what else is happening around the world. Here's your travel update. If you're thinking of heading to Africa for your travels, Senegal may be a cheaper option. The West African country has announced that it's scrapping visas and reducing airfare taxes for visiting tourists. It's part of efforts to revive tourism to the country following a drop in visitor numbers that was made worse by the Ebola outbreak in West Africa. In Europe, comic book and computer gaming fans gathered in Bucharest for East European Comic Con. Sci-fi fans came from all over the world, with many dressing up for the occasion for what Eastern European Comic Con proudly describes as a meeting point for all the geeks. Nearly 6,500 workers at Chinese company Tian's were treated to a 4-day holiday to France, all at the same time. The huge group of tourists visited major attractions in Paris and finished their holiday with a world record-breaking human chain in Côte d'Azur, bringing an expected tens of millions of euros to the region. Still to come on the travel show.
Hello and welcome to Trending Travel.
Carmen's here with Trending Travel. This week, she's looking at translation apps and some of your best travel photos. And I'm in Botswana to meet the country's dedicated heavy metal fans. So see you after the break. The Travel Show, your essential guide wherever you're heading.
Hello and welcome to Trending Travel, where we explore what's hot online in the world of travel. I'll be bringing you through those essential apps, videos and blogs to take with you when you leave home. First off, let's take a look at the apps that have been on our radar. Now, as you may have seen on our Twitter feed, we've recently been exploring China and Hong Kong through some amazing people we've met on social media.
We are at
Zhangjiajie National Forest Park. 10 million
people
come to here each year. Welcome.
More from the trip will be on the show soon, but like so many of you who love to explore new places, we sometimes struggled when we didn't know the local language. So we've been trying out some apps to help break that frustrating language barrier. We tried lots of apps like the ever-popular Google Translate.
What is your favorite color?
什么是你最喜欢的颜色？
红色
Red. Red, very nice.
We found Weigo particularly useful for translating Chinese, Japanese and Korean text.
It's given me the entire menu in English. So I now know they have tofu with rice, pickled radish, appetizing pickled vegetables, hot sour bok choy. That's actually amazing. That is actually amazing.
Of course, to make apps work in China isn't as easy as it looks. We'll explain more on that in the show in the weeks to come. But what if you need to speak to someone in a different place to you? Well, keep an eye out for Skype's new service. It translates your conversations between English, Spanish, Italian or Mandarin as you speak. You can sign up to try it now, and the full version's coming soon. Do check those out and let us know if there are any apps that you just can't travel without. Now let's take a look at the viral videos that have been clocking up the views this month. Last year, Alex Chacon's 3-year epic selfie was a smash hit online, reaching to date 13 million views on YouTube. Now he's back with his 3-year epic selfie part 2. The 27-year-old medical student is our featured vlogger this month. He sold his belongings and travelled across 200,000 kilometres by motorcycle to visit over 40 countries. Along the way, he also took this stunning drone footage. We love how he gets locals and fellow travellers involved in his videos. Don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter and email. And you've been sending us some great stuff this month. As the seasons change, we're getting some great pictures in from you showing the world that you're discovering on your travels. We loved this picture of birds taking flight by Suphum Masinga, who was in Jaipur when he took the photo. Get in touch by Twitter on Tuesdays using the hashtag TravelTuesday, and we'll show the best pictures that come in. Show everyone where you are. We love hearing from you. Finally, it's the turn of the people who are spreading the word online of the best ways to travel and the best places to go. And if Alex's epic selfie inspired you to make one of your own, beware. Some bloggers are warning travellers off selfie sticks, like Michael, otherwise known as the Bemuse Backpacker. In his blog, which is full of travel tips and reviews, he takes a dim view of selfie sticks. We asked him why.
Well, like for example, I was in Japan seeing a demonstration of the taiko drums, and I couldn't really see it because all I could see was a sea of GoPros on selfie sticks. Travellers need to realise that just because they've got a selfie stick, it doesn't mean that they're appropriate or even needed for every single situation.
And we'll be hearing more from the travel bloggers next month. And don't forget to check out our website for all the ways that you can get in touch, or if you've seen anything online that you think we should be looking at. See you next time.
And to end this week, I'm in Gaborone, which is the capital of Botswana, one of the wealthiest countries in southern Africa. But I'm not here to see any of the big five or the amazing wilderness which this country is famous for. I'm actually after something a little heavier. Out here in the beautiful wide plains of southern Africa, you really feel at one with nature. You hear the chirping of the swamp-faced boo-boo, the occasional cackling of a hyena. But hold on a sec, is that drums I can hear? Oh my days, that was amazing. Fantastic, fantastic. Skinflint are one of Botswana's leading young heavy metal bands, preparing a final sound check before a local gig tonight. The trio have performed all over Africa and have taken their unique sounds as far as Europe.
We grew up with rock music, so we were always exposed to it, and we wanted to create a new style of music, something that could put Botswana on the map as well and make people realize that there's other genres of music in Botswana, not just, the typical genres.
The band creates what's been dubbed African metal by fusing elements of African culture with heavy metal music, and they have a big following. KB is a farmer and a dedicated metal fan. He's been making his own leather costumes for more than 10 years and has established himself as a king within the African metal scene due to his flamboyant creations. KB, tell me about your outfit. This outfit is amazing. Where did it come from? What inspired you?
I buy. After buying, I design.
So you designed all of this yourself?
Yeah, I'm the one who designed all of this for myself.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So tell me about the different pieces. I mean, what's this, for instance?
This is the horn, Ellen horn.
Yeah. And what do you use this for?
I use it for drinking beer.
This thing has been here for ages. I started listening to rock and roll when I was just a young boy. My life is dedicated to rock and roll.
We have a unique way of playing this thing. We have the African metal and we have old school here.
They dress from head to toe in black leather. Part of this subculture is to compete against each other to see who can look the most brutal. Some even have the ability to stop traffic.
That's how they classify me, the equalizer.
This is where Skinflint are going to be performing. It's in a suburb just outside of the capital, and it's called the Mapipi Bar. And judging by all the people here and the sounds that are coming from in there, it's going to be a wild night. Let's do it. Despite their aggressive appearance, everybody I meet here is quite friendly. These gigs take place monthly all around Botswana, and newcomers like me are welcome.
It's like an expression, freedom of expression, power, independence. That's how I look at heavy metal. And it's also music that allows you to experiment a lot because it has no boundaries.
As the band gets into its stride, the crowd begins to mosh. This is how some rock fans like to express themselves, but for me, it's definitely a first. Have it. And this isn't just about dressing the part. This is a new generation claiming heavy metal as their own.
People should maybe just open their eyes, you know, not put Africa in a box like they always do, you know. They only think that Africa is a certain way, you know, we're poverty-ridden and there's a lot of negatives about it, but we're also very creative people, even though it's not publicized much. There's a lot of talented musicians and artists in Africa, so I think Skinflint is an example of that.
That was absolutely amazing. I've had to come out just to get a breather. I mean, never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd be in the middle of Botswana moshing to heavy metal music. It's not usually my style, but I'm a convert now. But listen, sadly for you guys, that's it for this week. But next week, Henry's in the Philippines trying out a new local sport that's become an internet sensation and is putting a tiny village on the map. Okay, make sure you catch that if you can, but in the meantime, from me and all the Travel Show team here in Botswana, it's goodbye. I'm heading back in to Mosh Out! Later!